Today our topic is the role of journaling in Stoic practice. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. One of the most powerful tools in Stoic practice is journaling. Journaling is not just writing down your thoughts. It is a way to reflect, learn, and grow. It helps us understand ourselves better and make better decisions. In this speech, we will explore how journaling can be a key part of Stoic practice and how it can help us live a more meaningful and peaceful life. First, let's talk about why journaling is important in Stoicism. The Stoics believe that self-reflection is essential for personal growth. By writing down our thoughts, we can see them more clearly. When we put our thoughts on paper, we can examine them without judgment. This helps us understand what is truly important and what is not. For example, if you are feeling angry or upset, writing about it can help you see why you feel that way. Maybe you realize that the situation is not as bad as you thought, or maybe you see that you are focusing on things you cannot control. Journaling helps us step back and look at our lives from a distance. A famous Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, was a Roman emperor who kept a journal. His writings, which we now call meditations, were not meant for anyone else to read. They were his personal reflections on life, virtue, and how to handle challenges. In his journal, he reminded himself to stay calm, to be kind, and to focus on what he could control. He wrote about his struggles and how he could improve himself. His journal was a tool for self-improvement and a way to practice Stoic principles in his daily life. This shows us that journaling is not just for writers or philosophers. It is for anyone who wants to live a better life. So, how can you start journaling like a Stoic? The first step is to set aside time each day for reflection. It doesn't have to be long. Even 10 or 15 minutes is enough. Find a quiet place where you can think without distractions. You can write in a notebook, on your computer, or even on your phone. The important thing is to make it a habit. Consistency is key. Just like exercising or eating healthy, journaling works best when you do it regularly. When you sit down to journal, start by asking yourself questions. The Stoics used questions to guide their thinking and to stay focused on what matters. For example, you can ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? What am I grateful for? What challenges did I face? And how did I handle them? These questions help you reflect on your actions and thoughts. They also help you see patterns in your behavior. Maybe you notice that you often get upset about small things, or that you are not taking enough time to appreciate the good things in your life. By asking these questions, you can learn more about yourself and make changes if needed. Another important part of Stoic journaling is focusing on what you can control. The Stoics believe that we should only worry about things that are within our power. For example, we cannot control the weather, other people's actions, or the past. But we can control our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. When you journal, try to focus on these things. If you are feeling stressed or anxious, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If it is, think about what you can do to improve the situation. If it is not, remind yourself to let it go. This simple practice can help you feel more at peace and less overwhelmed. Journaling can also help you practice gratitude. The Stoics believe that gratitude is a powerful way to stay positive and focused on what really matters. When you write about the things you are grateful for, you shift your attention away from problems and towards the good things in your life. This can help you feel happier and more content. Even on difficult days, there is always something to be grateful for. It could be something small, like a kind word from a friend, or something big, like your health or your family. By practicing gratitude in your journal, you train your mind to see the good in every situation. Another benefit of journaling is that it helps you track your progress. The Stoics believe that personal growth is a lifelong journey. By writing regularly, you can see how far you have come and what you still need to work on. For example, You might notice that you are getting better at handling stress, or that you are becoming more patient. These small victories are important because they show that you are making progress. On the other hand, if you see that you are still struggling with the same issues, you can think about new ways to approach them. Journaling gives you a clear picture of your strengths and weaknesses, so you can keep improving. Journaling can also be a way to prepare for challenges. The Stoics used a practice called premeditatio malorum, which means the premeditation of evils. This means thinking about the worst-case scenarios and how you would handle them. By imagining difficult situations, you can prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. For example, if you are worried about a job interview, you can write about what you would do if you don't get the job. This helps you feel more confident and less afraid. When you face the actual situation, you will be ready to handle it with calm and clarity. In addition to these benefits, journaling can also help you stay focused on your values. The Stoics believed that living according to your values is the key to a good life. When you journal, you can remind yourself of what is important to you. For example, you might write about the importance of honesty, kindness, or hard work. By keeping these values in mind, you can make better decisions and live with integrity. Journaling helps you stay true to yourself and your principles, even when life gets difficult. Finally, journaling is a way to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means being present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings. When you journal, you are fully engaged in the act of writing and reflecting. This helps you stay focused and calm. Instead of worrying about the past or the future, you are fully present in the here and now. This can help you feel more peaceful and centered. In conclusion, journaling is a powerful tool for Stoic practice. It helps us reflect on our thoughts and actions, focus on what we can control, and stay true to our values. It also helps us practice gratitude, track our progress, and prepare for challenges. By making journaling a regular habit, we can live a more meaningful and peaceful life. Remember, the goal is not to write perfectly or to have all the answers. The goal is to learn, grow, and become the best version of yourself. So, grab a notebook and start writing. You might be surprised at how much it can change your life.